Sometimes the good and the not so good sides are in all of us, but when the not so good part starts taking over, really bad things can happen. In 2008, on a hot summer day, a 2-year-old named Caylee Anthony disappeared from her home in Orlando, Florida, and nobody could find her. People were really worried and they looked all over for her. But as they found out what happened, it was even worse than they thought. Inside a normal house were complicated family issues and deep secrets. When the local police dug into the case, they discovered lots of lies and a mom who didn't seem to know where her child was. What started as a search turned into a big 3-year-old long story that everyone in America got interested in. It made people question the legal system, how they care for their kids, and just why some people lie. Hi guys, and welcome back to Crimeco, your go-to place for uncovering some of the most interesting cases from all over the world. We are here to bring you the latest and most detailed information. If you find this intriguing, we'll be thrilled if you could subscribe to our channel. Also, hitting the like button really goes a long way to help us grow. Your support means a lot to us, so grab your blanket for comfort and let's dive into this fascinating case together. In the heart of Orlando, Florida, known for its cheerful theme park and sunny days, a different kind of story unfolded in the summer of 2008. Away from the bustling streets within the ordinary neighborhood of suburban Hope Spring Drive, a hidden tragedy began to take place. Number 4937 Hope Spring Drive was home to the Anthonys, seemingly a typical Central Florida family. George, the family head, had a respectable security job, once serving as a detective. Cindy, his wife, dedicated nearly 3 decades to working as a nurse and hospital staffer. At first glance, their lives appeared ordinary, just like those of their neighbors who went about their daily routines, watering lawns, walking dogs, and enjoying their simple pleasures. Yet, behind this apparent normalcy, the Anthonys faced challenges. Financial and marital difficulties haunted them, and their daughter, Caylee, a 21-year-old single mother, exhibited signs of deceit and irresponsibility, straining her relationship with her parents. Despite these hardships, the arrival of Caylee's daughter, Caylee, in 2005 brought moments of joy to this family. On a bright August day in 2005, little Caylee Anthony came into the world, inheriting her mother's wispy brown hair and a captivating smile. In those early years, Caylee, her mother, cherished every moment with the inquisitive toddler, playing games and snapping photos, while they lived under the same roof as Caylee's parents. However, Caylee struggled to embrace a responsible adult life, preferring nights out with friends and navigating through various jobs and relationships. She increasingly left her daughter in the care of her parents. The carefree lifestyle clashed with the responsibilities of motherhood. Tensions reached a breaking point on June 15, 2008, when a disagreement between Caylee and her parents over the custody of 3-year-old Caylee escalated into raised voices and resentment. Unfortunately, this small argument set off a chain of events that led Caylee to take a crucial decision that night: to take Caylee away from home without her parents' knowledge. In those final moments at home, little Caylee remained unaware of the unfolding events that would mysteriously separate her from everyone and everything she knew. The question lingered: where did her mother take her, and why? On June 16, 2008, grandparents George and Cindy Anthony started their day unaware of the news that was about to disrupt their home. Their daughter Casey appeared normal, giving no indication of Caylee's whereabouts after their argument the night before. When asked directly, Casey fabricated yet another story, claiming she had left Caylee with an imaginary nanny named Zanny. A whole anxious month passed before Cindy, Casey's mother, realized that something was seriously wrong. On July 15th, in a distress 911 call, she reported Caylee missing to Orlando authorities, an alarming 31 days since she had last physically seen her granddaughter. Casey, the troubled mother, responded with a series of lies, shifting blame onto her made-up nanny despite significant gaps in her alibis. Local sheriffs meticulously uncovered the deception but encountered Casey's evasive denials at every turn. Meanwhile, little Caylee remained nowhere to be found. As news of the 3-year-old's mysterious disappearance spread, communities united in hopeful search parties determined to bring Caylee home. Hundreds combed through woods, hung flyers, and shared the heartbreaking story that dominated news reports. In the middle of everything was a contradictory image, a mother with no answers, offering only excuses, and a lost innocent girl whose fate remained uncertain. As public anger grew over Casey Anthony's unbelievable explanation, evidence emerged, painting a darker and more disturbing image. Local deputies obtained surveillance footage showing Casey acting casually in the days following Caylee's disappearance, rather than displaying the expected distress of a mother with a missing child. Law enforcement faced even more troubling revelations when they secured a warrant to tow Casey's abandoned vehicle on July 16. When the impound manager opened the car, a strong and unpleasant smell conveyed a grim message: the potential presence of human remains. Although no visible clues were left in Casey's car, by the time the police processed it, canine units detected residue traces of decomposition. An alarming discovery occurred 6 months after Caylee vanished without a trace when a passing meter reader stumbled upon a chilling scene. In a secluded wooded area near the Anthony's neighborhood, a tiny skull and scattered skeletal remains wrapped in a stained blanket were found. Duct tape adhering to hair was positioned on the facial area, providing a haunting detail that hinted at intentional actions. The deteriorating state of Caylee Anthony's what was left of her made it challenging for medical examiners to pinpoint the precise cause of death. However, the presence of duct tape and the recovery site being miles away from her family home pointed to mounting evidence that something chilling had taken the life of an innocent girl, leaving her undiscovered for half a year. On July 16, 2008, Casey Anthony found herself under arrest, facing charges of child neglect, obstructing an investigation, and lying to law enforcement. However, the public outrage and continuous media frenzy demanded more severe actions to align with the gravity of the crime. In October of 2008, it gradually went a step further, indicting Casey on capital M charges. This meant seeking Florida's harshest punishment, lethal injection. Despite the weight of the accusation, Casey pled not guilty, setting the stage for a prolonged journey through America's legal justice system. As Casey awaited judgment inside Orange County Jail over the next 3 years, the growing societal outrage fueled media continuous coverage of every pre-trial development. The public strongly believed that someone should be held responsible for the heartbreaking loss of an innocent girl who had touched hearts even when she was normal. In this intense setting, Casey finally stood before a jury amid crowds of angry protesters seeking justice. Inside the packed courtroom, attorneys debated conflicting explanations of Caylee's untimely death. The prosecution carefully presented forensic evidence suggesting the M word by chloroform poisoning and suffocation. Conversely, the Casey Anthony defense put forward an alternative theory of accidental backyard drowning, proposing that a father, George, covered it up to protect his daughter from negligence charges. In a crowded Orlando courthouse with lots of people watching, the stories about Casey Anthony unfolded over 6 intense weeks in 2011. The prosecution said Casey, the mom, did something terrible to her daughter without feeling sorry. On the other hand, the defense argued that it was an accident and the family tried to hide it quickly. As the jurors started to think about the case, their decision sent shockwaves globally by declaring Casey not guilty of harming sweet Caylee. Their decision depended on the idea that the prosecution couldn't clearly prove how Caylee died. Since there wasn't strong evidence like DNA directly connecting Casey to specific crimes, there were lingering doubts. Outside the courthouse, people cried out in anger, unable to accept that a woman seen globally as Caylee's ender was let off without significant punishment. Yet, strictly following the law, the jurors only convicted Casey for misleading investigators. They found her guilty of providing false information, resulting in 4 counts. But since she had already served the maximum sentence time, she walked freely back into the Florida street 10 days after being acquitted of the M charges. Casey Anthony's surprising not guilty verdict shocked to the public like a massive earthquake, causing outrage on social media and protests in Orlando. Many couldn't believe what they saw as a serious injustice for the woman they were convinced had ended her helpless toddler, Caylee. In the following years, protected by security from potential threats, Casey attempted to return to an appearance of normal life in Florida, trying to avoid the spotlight that had branded her as America's most despised mother. However, an unanswered question about the ultimate truth behind her daughter's tragic end lingered, leaving many to wonder if Casey holds deeper secret. The case led to the introduction of Caylee's law, proposing strict rules for parents to quickly report a missing child. It also sparked a revelation of the justice system, raising concerns about high-profile cases, relying too much on public perception rather than solid evidence. Despite the widespread sense of injustice against a victimized child, many questions linger about the circumstances surrounding little Caylee Anthony's fate. The shocking trail of denial and deception concealing her demise may hold secrets even decades later. The tragic summer when Caylee Anthony disappeared still echoes through America's consciousness, a region leaving her unsettled fate lingering forever. Did the family, torn by dysfunction and dispute, hide accidental tragedy by going to unthinkable lengths, or can a seemingly devoted mother unpredictably turn on the beautiful child she once adored? The truth may yet remain untold behind the layers of deception so thick we resist looking beneath. While justice system blind spots may have granted Casey Anthony freedom regardless of innocence or guilt established, no verdict or technicality erases the loss of a playful 3-year-old girl memorialized vividly across the nation. Young Caylee, by all accounts, raised friends and relatives with wide brains, lighting up any room like sunshine. Her chilling absence leaves questions No existing fact seems to fully answer. Perhaps the most significant lesson learned lies in cherishing innocent joy in the present moment. Every child deserves to embrace the laughter and living wonders of childhood without darkness intruding upon their bright spirits and undiscovered potential, taken away far too soon by means no loved one should ever endure to confront alone without answers. May truth and justice prevail always over the sick, afflicting the vulnerable ones. Before you head out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. This way, you'll continue to be updated on the latest true crime cases we uncover. We are so thankful to have you as part of our community, exploring captivating mysteries that keep us all intrigued. Stay curious and remember, even closed books still hold pages waiting patiently for revelation. Thank you for joining us. Can't wait to see you in the next exploration. Until next time.